Class President Mike, thank you so much for introducing or greeting everybody today. And if you didn't know, Mike is also the Assistant Governor of Area 11. So he's our Assistant Governor. So thank you again, Mike, for being here. Okay, Mike. All right, and today Linda Davidson is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test. And one more time, if we could, we're going to stay muted this time, but I think it's really important for, if you would stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, if you'll join me in the four-way test. Of the things we say and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you so much, Linda. That was great. Appreciate it. Mike Brady, can I call on you for a quick favor?
Sure.
Can you explain to all the Rotarians what the zone is?
What the zone? So clubs make a district. And so there's about 60 different clubs in District 5450. Districts, there's about 30 of them. They make the zone. So the zone is pretty much Western US. So we're in zone 26 and 27. They're kind of grouped together.
Wonderful. So if we got an award that was a zone award, that's a big deal.
It's a really big deal.
So we all need to thank our Behavioral Wellness Committee because they have won a zone award. And I'm so very proud to congratulate them. So the program had made a big difference. Is there a behavioral wellness representative who would just take 2 minutes to explain about what they did to earn this wonderful award?
Hi, this is Gary. Yeah. This was a project that was actually part of the district behavioral, mental health, Rotarians for Mental Health. They're the one that actually got the award. We were a part of that. The project was to provide cell phones to all the clients of mental health, community mental health centers in the district that for their clients that couldn't get in because of the COVID situation. So there was a award of $20,000, a grant from Rotary International, which was part of a $25,000 grant to the district that was awarded to this Rotarians for Mental Health for this project. And our mental health center here in Boulder Mental Health Partners actually pioneered the technology, how to put it together and collect cell phones and get them to clients and get minutes applied to them and all that kind of thing, so people could continue their important therapy that they would otherwise have had to miss if this project hadn't been in place. And I can't remember the exact number, but it was in the hundreds, several hundred phones that were distributed to clients for these community mental health centers.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gary, for that synopsis, and congratulations to the Mental Health Committee. You guys are doing great work, and sorry.
I just want to say too that this was all led by Hans Wick, who was the co-chair of the district Rotarians for Mental Health, as well as co-chair of our local committee.
Wonderful. Thank you, Hans. And Hans is out there vaccinating people at our nursery.
No.
Nursing home facilities.
Yeah.
Nursing home facilities.
SNFs.
So we really appreciate all the hard work that Hans does. And, you know, as a Rotarian, I'm just so proud every week to see that, you know, our support here as a Rotary Club is, you know, making a difference so far and wide. Okay, so now I would like to go back to Linda Davidson, who is going to greet the guests and visitors today. Linda, are you good?
There we go. You hear me okay now? So first I'd like to call on John Lehman, if he would please introduce Sam and Jean, as well as Walt and Marlene. We have, is John Lehman out there? Doesn't look like it. So why don't I introduce first Sam and Jean Guyton, is that correct? I thought we would unmute them and give them a chance to introduce themselves. Can I get some unmuting help? Okay, how about Walt and Marlene Bornman?
Walt's not here. He had another meeting, but I'm here. I live in Estes Park, and I've known John since about 1979 from the Colorado Mountain Club. So I'm glad he invited me today. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, welcome. And how about if Mike or Cass introduce Wahab Bawaki?
Bauchi, Wahab
Oh.
Bahuchi. He is Cassie and I. We met him when we were trying to learn French like 15 years ago, and the French was very temporary, but our friendship has remained. And he's a professor, and he's super smart, and he is here for today's program.
Well, welcome to our meeting. If there are any other guests in our audience, please unmute yourselves and give us a hey.
I'd like to introduce my guest, Abra Allen, who's here for the second time, and we hope she will take some more interest in Rotary, in Boulder Rotary specifically. She's relatively newly moved here from Santa Cruz, California.
Excellent. Anybody else?
Yes, I've got two guests. First, Marlene Borneman. And Marlene and I have known each other for many years. We're hiking friends. Marlene's actually up in Estes. And then my other guest is Sam Guyton. And Sam is another hiking friend. Sam is in Lakewood. And they're very interested in our program today.
That's excellent. Thank you, John. Any other guests in our audience today?
Hi, I'm Benita Shiraga, and I had been invited as a guest last year, and I had logged in a few times and then got caught up in the semester and have followed you. And I am a friend of Ken Claiborne, and I guess he was the president for, I believe, Colorado Rotary. So I contacted Ken last year. I'm semi-retired. I teach online as an adjunct professor, and I'm a nurse midwife. And so Ken's wife was my partner. And so he referred me to the Rotary. I asked him about Rotary clubs, and he referred me to the clubs up here in Boulder County. So I've worked as a nurse midwife. I'm a faculty member, former University of Colorado, currently Thomas Jefferson. I also worked in community health and currently teach. One of my courses covers a lot of diversity, inclusion, and community health. And my other course is research. And so I just have to say, I am really just amazed at all the work that your Rotary Club has done, and I'm very interested. I was at a meeting where Pam Chandler, another midwife, was there too, and it was great to see that. So hopefully we'll have more conversations. Thank you.
Hopefully, yes. Thank you. All right. Is that
Thank
it
you.
for
All
today?
right. Any other guests? No. Wonderful. So right now, we're going to move on to Nancy Chin Wagner with our membership moment.
Good afternoon. I have today a very special guest, and he is our future president-elect, Chad Stam. Chad, are you on?
Hi, Nancy.
Hi there. Okay, here we go. All right, you ready?
I don't know.
All right. Well, Chad has been a member with the Boulder Rotary since January 13th, 2012. So his 9th year, little anniversary just passed a few days ago. His sponsor was Ronald Seacrest. He has a beautiful wife, Allison, and he has a beautiful son that's growing up pretty fast. He's 8 years old, Sebastian. So Chad Stam is a partner and a chief content officer at the TMC Digital Media Company. He's a veteran of the food service industry and has managed contents for hundreds of manufacturers, suppliers, vendors, and brokers. So for each project that he works on, he brings a combination of agency experience and a strategic and tactical marketing background. And he also adds an editorial familiarity that is pretty unique for a marketer. So my question number 1 to you, Chad, what inspired you to be involved in the youth exchange?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, the international aspect of Rotary is always something that interests me. I actually had a funny experience, not really funny, but sort of a meaningful experience. My wife and I were on our honeymoon and we were in Croatia. And it was actually the anniversary of 9/11, which is a pretty important day for both of us. And that day we decided to sit on a beach and do nothing, which isn't something that we normally did on that trip. And as we were sitting there, there was a DJ and he started playing all this music. And then right around 3 o'clock Croatia time, he played God Bless America and New York, New York. So it kind of like made us sit up a little bit and wonder what was going on. I went and I talked to him, and it turns out that he was a CPA from Croatia that goes to New York every year for tax season and then comes back to Croatia for the summers. So we had a really long talk, and we were talking about, dinner and where we should go, and he recommended this restaurant. So we go into town, we go to this restaurant for dinner, and we were a little early on the eating side, but we sat outside on a nice afternoon. Inside, there was a Rotary meeting going on. And it was all of these big, burly Croatian men with beards and, kind of like that stereotype you might think of. And then there was one like little blonde girl in the corner wearing a blue blazer with an American flag on it. And, I started to ask questions and figure out what was going on because, my dad's a Rotarian, so I recognize the wheel wherever I go in the world. And at that point, I wasn't yet a member, but, I started asking questions and I learned about the program that night. And I said, if I ever get involved in Rotary, that's the program I want to work with. So that's kind of how I started.
That's wonderful. And so you received a lot of value from your students, haven't you?
Yeah, for sure. If anyone is concerned about the future of our world, spend a little time with me interviewing some of these students. I just had a chance to do it last weekend. It will totally revitalize you.
Awesome. Next question is, if I was to ask you, what is the first word that comes to your mind when I say Boulder Rotary?
So for me, like Rotary International, the international is the word that always attracted me. But I've also now quickly and easily learned to fall in love with the Rotary part. So, I would just say locally, it's finding support or cohorts to do any sort of goodwill, good projects, whether it's local or abroad. It's just having camaraderie and support with those types of projects.
All right, we'll take your numerous words then instead of one.
Yeah,
But,
international, I guess.
international. So that has really impacted your life, which is great. All right, my last one for you in about less than 45 seconds. I hear you are a diehard for the Florida Gators, a huge fan. All right.
Yeah.
So this question is going to be easy for you. What is your number one Gator of all time, either in sports or in general?
Well, if it's in general, it's going to have to be my wife. Sports, I would probably have to go with Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah is typically everybody thinks of the football team, but he's a basketball player and led us to our first championship. So.
Well, I want everybody to get to know Chad Stam. Make sure you say hello, how are you? And also get into speaking to him about his youth program. He's on that committee. And make sure, be nice to him. He's the next president-elect. All right. Thank you, Chad.
Sure. Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. That was great. And thank you, President-elect Chad. And I'm sure that story will get back to your wife and you've won some points. Good job. Okay, and now we're going to move on to George Russell. And George wants to ask if there's some birthdays out there.
Yes. Does anybody want to celebrate their birthday? No one send me a note or anything. I want to encourage people to get up, especially since we have a big club. It's your chance to be recognized and shown that you're a part of our club. I do have a little poem I could recite if we got time, or if we don't have to, if you're running late.
Go ahead, George.
Well, this is called Wild Horses. There's one thing you never noticed, and I'm sure you never knew, that I used to ride wild horses long before I met you. And I rode the rodeo circuit, and I rode down more than a few. I took some lumps hitting rodeo ground, and I broke a bone or two. Took every bit of my courage to climb on a 2,000-pound bull. Never did it for the money, and my bank account never got full. From Arizona to the Daddy Cheyenne, I raked and held on tight. And even though the critters were cruel, some of the ladies treated me right. And I rodeoed down deep in Texas, from Montana to the Mizzou. And the wildest ride that I ever took was the night that I met you. And I want you to know, pretty lady, with your eyes that sparkle so blue, I'll never ride wild horses again. They're tame when compared to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. Thank you. Okay, so we talked a little bit before about, well, Dr. Lippitz mentioned that we might have opportunities to have like drive-through vaccines going on and that kind of situation. So we have been approached by the district who is working with 9 News, because obviously 9 News has done big health fair events. And so on Tuesday, this next Tuesday, they're going to be talking about what we might be able to do to help as Rotarians. And it's at 9:30 in the morning. And unfortunately, I already have patients and I can't get out of it. So I'm looking for a volunteer who might be able to jump on that call and kind of update the rest of us on what the district is up to. So if anybody's interested in doing that, just either send me a chat or send me an email, and I would love the help. And it's just a fact-finding mission at this point. Okay, and so now, because there hasn't been a lot going on, we just kidding, we were so busy this week, we decided that we're going to do a live brew. So Daryl has concocted this for us. So here we go. Wish us luck.
And we've been practicing for over 10 seconds, so this should go great, I'm sure. All right, so hello, Rotarians and guests, and thank you for being here today. Since again this week there's an absence of any national news, we're doing the second edition of the Live Brew. And don't forget, January is Vocational Service Month, and today is National Hat Day, but we forgot our hats at home.
Analogy of COVID vaccine to polio vaccination, special effect.
Oh yeah, special effect. And polio now. And I guess what I was thinking when we were concocting this, and it would have been better if we recorded it because we could have dialed it in better, is that we've all seen the images of this, where somebody is receiving the polio vaccine. And we're seeing images now on social media of people receiving the COVID vaccine. And I am hoping that one day we replace this, and we were going to joke around and say that the responder, you know, should have given 100 doses of COVID vaccine in your honor, Dr. Lippitz. But you see where we're headed. It's just not as refined when we don't record the brew. Oh, oh, wait. That was me already. Okay, wait. Famous Rotarians in history. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, an adult victim of polio. He founded the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, which he later renamed the March of Dimes Foundation on January 3rd, 1938.
All right, your recipes are needed for the BRC cookbook. A few examples include Bill Meyer's River Chili, Jancy Campbell's Castle du Toulouse. Oh, that's terrible.
Wait. Where's the French guys? Yeah, get them to do that.
Rod Dungy's favorite key lime pie, Gingy Patterson's heavenly pie, and Dale Brown's new Mexican pozole. Jancy Campbell and Sue Deans are heading this production, so we are asking our membership to submit a recipe they love. Please email your recipe to Sue Deans and we'll take it from there. We'll be setting a firm deadline into December. Whoops. We're past that, unless we're going all the way to next year. But we'd love the recipes as soon as possible.
And Rotarians in the news. Governor Polis has appointed Teresa Zurich to Western Colorado University Board of Trustees. Congratulations to you, Teresa.
Where's that?
Wait, we don't have it here. All right, insert thoughtful vignette here. All right, go. You're on that one. That's you. Right there.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Intergenerational Philosophy Circle. Please sign up to participate in the next Intergenerational Philosophy Circle that our club will do with Natural Highs on Saturday, January 16th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on the Zoom. The topic, which Rotarians will discuss with Boulder teens, is what do teens think should be the national priorities for the new Biden administration that takes office on January 20th. This topic should stimulate lots of good conversation, how youth looks at priorities compared to how our Boulder Rotary members view priorities. To reserve a spot, please email Norma Portnoy.
Meme Fest. I think it's me. And next week, January 22nd, is Andy Cadlick. He's a program director at Thistle, and he'll be giving us the state of affordable housing in Boulder. Don't miss it.
And everyone, please take care of yourself and each other and have a great week. Please stay safe this week, you guys. Like they said, the other strain is here, and it's kind of, who knows about the news this week. So please stay safe. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great week.